Hello everyone, Jabberwock here. Today I am presenting you a summary of what I achieved during the first year on this new account. But first I'd like to thank everyone who left a comment on my last video. I'll try my best to keep uploading innovative ways to play Black Desert online. Subscribe if you don't want to miss my next video, and don't forget to post a comment if you have any question. I created this account on September 29th, 2023, but only started playing on it around January 2024. I haven't unlocked the 400 days challenge yet as proof that this is indeed 1 year of progression. When I started, all I wanted was to reach 3 million time-filled black stones, but this goal soon changed to 1 million so that it would give me time to work on side goals. I haven't reached 1 million stones yet, but it won't take much more time, so I'll leave that for a future video that you can expect for mid-January. My goals were reaching 9,000 ecology points, collecting all the great Marni stones, reaching 450 contribution points, obtaining the infinite mana potion and the infinite HP potion, the archaeologist map and Laffy's compass, reaching 700 gear score, as well as having all the best crystals and lightstone combos, getting to level 65, reaching 10 million guild activity points, getting to Guru 1 alchemy and Guru 50 cooking, and finally making 1 mythical horse and enhancing a full set of Krogdalo gear to plus 10. Let's start with ecology. I recently reached 9,000 points with the ongoing event. For those of you who don't know how knowledge works, let's dive into the equation. First, you have the base chance of obtaining knowledge. This number varies from mob to mob. You can find that number on Beatalytics. Next, you have the probability of obtaining C to S knowledge on said monster. S is 1%, A plus is 6%, A is 16%, and B is 46%. If you kill a monster and successfully get knowledge on it, but fail each of these ranks, you will end up with C. They happen one after the other, meaning that the game first tries S, and if it fails, it will then try A+, etc. There is 2 ways to quicken the acquisition of ecology points, and they both work together to turn this daunting task into, well, still a daunting task, but not as bad. The first buff is Knowledge Gain Chance. This buff will increase the base chance of obtaining knowledge, but won't change the odds of getting S. It's pretty straightforward. You will want as much as possible without really worrying about the numbers. You can get Knowledge Gain Chance from various consumables, glasses, and from bird-type pets. I will get back on the pets after talking about the second buff, the one that most people understand wrong. The second buff is Higher Grade Knowledge Gain Chance. This buff increased the odds of getting S, A+, A, and B grade by a fixed number, meaning that if you get plus 10% higher grade knowledge gain chance, you are in fact changing the 1% chance of getting S to 11% chance. What most people seem to misunderstand is that the knowledge grade you already have on a monster doesn't change the odds of getting S, meaning that no matter what the previous grade was, the chance of getting S will always be 1% plus however much higher grade knowledge gain chance you have stacked on your character. You already understand that this means this second buff is crucial to quicken the acquisition of ecology points. You obviously want the most of both of these buffs, but a plus 10% higher grade chance buff will have a far greater impact than a plus 10% knowledge gain chance buff. I said I would come back on the pets because I do not believe that you should invest your real money into them. When you first start playing Black Desert online, you will quickly realize how important pets are. But the best pets for long-term are death penalty pets and drop rate pets. You will only get the drop chance buff once, so don't buy multiple of these pets. Life skilling is a different story, but pets would deserve their own dedicated video, so we'll move on. Otherwise, this video is going to last an hour. Next goal was to collect all the great Marni stones. I made a Reddit post about it a few months ago. I didn't just collect all the great stones. I also stockpiled 100 of them to check the odds of getting duo out of them. For those of you who don't know what great Marni stones are, they can be obtained at specific spots, but any monster from said spot can drop them. The odds are very small, but because each kill can potentially drop 1, it's not so bad. I averaged 10 hours of grinding for each stones. The worst one was the basilisk one. That spot is cursed, and I won't elaborate on it. Call it PTSD. Once you got one of these stones, you will have to fill it up by killing monsters of that zone. Then you will be able to turn it in at Wacky Toshi. You will be rewarded with a box that contains a random accessory of either Pry or Duo grade. If you are curious about the result of opening 100 of them, check the description for a link to the Reddit post. Next, we have contribution points. I will talk about alchemy and cooking at the same time. I wanted to reach 450 contribution so I would be able to establish a solid worker empire as early as possible. I got most of these points from cooking and turning in the byproducts, but also from alchemy, farming, and fishing byproducts. I started by cooking millions of grilled bird meat so that I would have enough to feed my workers for years. Then I started making vinegar and essence of liquor for future goals. I fell short of my Guru 50 goal, but I am still satisfied with Guru 42. As for alchemy, I wanted to reach Guru 1 to turn all the imperfect lightstones I got while grinding into purified lightstones. I also wanted to be able to make and turn in Guru medicine boxes. That goal was harder than expected as alchemy does not get the same treatment as cooking. There is no mass alchemy, so it's a slow process. Now let's talk about treasure items. I spent hundreds of hours grinding infinite potion zones. I didn't keep track of all the potions I made, but I would say I made around 15. I kept the first HP and mana potion and sold the others. I also got my archaeologist map and attempted to make a second one. I am now sitting on 6 warden pieces and 5 tuker pieces. I am still trying to complete the second map. Even if Pila and Sulfur Mine aren't the best time stone spots, a second map is really useful. I went to Ackman and got the compass piece but didn't manage to get the Histria ones. I decided that I would wait and try to get them off of Dekia Histria in the future. I haven't reached level 65 yet, but I will get there before the 1 million stone goal is reached. As for the 700 gear score, I reached it in a unorthodox way. I will show my gear in a future video. As for my crystals, I am only missing a few resistance ones. Otherwise, I have everything I'll need. Lightstones are also completed, with the exception of some life skilling set I still have to complete. If you are on the NA server and are looking for a guild, Guildless is recruiting. We don't ask for any requirement, but we also make no promise. As the name of the guild entails, this guild is mostly for players who don't want a guild, but still want to benefit from the different guild buffs. If you want to join, simply send me a private message in game. Family name Jabberwock. Last but not least, I started this adventure craving for a mythical horse. The Sanctuary is such a useful treasure item. It allows you, amongst other things, to stack an infinite amount of trash on one of the 3 horses you don't use, effectively turning 1 or 2 of your mythical horses into portable storages that can be moved around by maid without restriction. Note that you can't do that if you're put trade items on your horses. The devs recently gave away 1 free mythical horse, but as you'll see with the rest of this video, I didn't need it. I saved up 35 sensors for this occasion, and here's the result. Enhancing a full set of Krugdalo gear to plus 10 was no easy task. You cannot use Cronstones, and failing anything after plus 5 will downgrade, effectively turning plus 10 into what would be Hex. You have to one-tap plus 6, plus 7, plus 8, plus 9, and then plus 10. This was way more expensive than I anticipated, but following the luck I had on my T10, I didn't care. This concludes the recap of 2024. Thank you for watching the whole video, it means a lot. Drop a comment, like and subscribe if you don't want to miss the next video, and I'll see you later.